Hello everyone and welcome back or welcome to Marion K Tarot. If you're new here, I'm a tarot card reader based in Scotland and I work all over the world thanks to the wonders of Zoom. Every week I post a video for the week ahead looking at the energies we've got coming towards us, things we can look out for, etc. etc. We also dive a little bit into the astrology, but given the fact it's Mercury retrograde and social media is filled with information and it can be overwhelming at times, particularly because this retrograde is in Pisces. It's very emotional. It's affecting everybody because we all have Pisces somewhere in our chart. And it's just that I thought to myself, you know what, we just need a bit of a hug this week. If you've been here, the deck that I have chosen out of the to be read, the TBR jar, picked at random, is the Fortuna Tarot. And this is the Obsidian Occult version. There's four versions. Four versions of this deck. I'm looking over because I've got all of them. And it's by the amazing Maria Priena from Studio Artemy. So if you don't know Maria, go and check her out. She is incredible. She creates the most divine stuff. Products like bookish products, tarot decks, oracle decks. She's epic, really. So we're going to get into the cards, and these are the cards. They are very beautiful. They're pink, they're black, they're shiny. What we're looking for this week is we're looking for a bit of clarity. It is the 1st of March. Wow. It is the 1st of March, and this is for the 1st to the 7th of March 2026. So there's a lot going on in the world. I never want to say too much about it. You know, I'm just here to guide as much as possible. And not add to the noise. I never ever want to just add to the noise. If I'm speaking, I want to have people feel that this is a place that they can come to just, you know what, is it a wee bit of escapism? Come and listen to this crazy Scottish lady who talks about tarot and does tarot readings, just for a bit of kind of a peace, you know, but with a bit of rebellious nature, perhaps. But we're going to look and see what the cards have got for us this week, what's coming towards us, what can we look out for. Okay, right. At the bottom of the deck, we have got the Chariot. Okay, and the Chariot is, now I should say these cards pertain to the astrological correspondences, and they've got them marked on them. Now, the Chariot for me, it's obviously the card associated with the sign of Cancer, and I think having that card as a basis at the bottom of the deck, the basis of reading this week, I feel like it's asking us to be compassionate both with ourselves and with others, as challenging as that may seem at times. Last week we have just had a massive square between Mars and Uranus, Mars in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus. We're still feeling the effects of that. So if you have felt like the world is incredibly angry, which it is, you personally feel incredibly angry. It's angry. It's sudden. It's unexpected. It flares up out of nowhere. That's the energy that we're dealing with, and that energy has consequences. And I think at this point in time we are still very much at the beginning of that. But this is just highlighting, I feel, this week to be compassionate to ourselves. If a conversation feels like it's not aligned, it's not helpful, then that's it. There's a difference between a conversation not being aligned and a conversation feeling a bit uncomfortable because it's somebody's got a different point of view. Now, because somebody's got a different point of view does not make them the enemy. Okay? Two things can be true at once. Okay? And it's about finding that middle ground. Okay? A chariot is asking us not to go charging ahead. You know, the emotions that you're feeling are incredibly valid, extremely valid. Just temper them. And I feel like I'm saying this every week, you know, it's like, don't rush into things and you know, take a breath and it just seems to be this continuation of this message. It needs to be said over and over again. And I promise you, I don't go back and watch my videos, you know, but it's like this theme seems to be like coming out all the time, you know, and it's like, and maybe we just need to keep trusting that, we need to keep believing that, and we need to get a bit more out of our head and a bit more into our heart during this Mercury retrograde. Now, whilst it's not in Cancer, the next Mercury retrograde will be in Cancer. This year they're in with the water signs. Look out for November, December time. That'll be fun in Scorpio. But what I'm saying to you is trust your heart. Right, trust your heart with that. It's like the Cancerians are the mother of the zodiac, right? Do you need to be a safeguarding light for somebody? You know, do you have to be? And when I say have to be, I don't mean it's enforced, right? But is there a choice that you can make to be a person to provide comfort? You know, are you a person who is looking to somebody else for comfort? You know, reach out, speak to people, don't hide it, don't keep it inside, you know. So yeah, that's the energy that I'm picking up for that. Now our main spread is interesting because we've got the Hanged One, okay, and now this is Neptune, right? We have got the Ten of Cups, and we have got the Star. Okay, so these are beautiful cards. So there's a very clear picture forming with the cards. There's a very clear direction. And it's like the Hanged One here with Neptune, it is just saying that, you know, it's like hold on, you know, change your perspective with things, look at things from another perspective, and it's understand that the perspective that you see may not be what the reality of the situation is. Okay, Neptune is the great dreamer. Okay, it's a dreamer of the solar system, but Neptune has a tendency to live in a dreamlike space. Okay, it's a. I always think you look the Hanged One here, or the Hanged Man, however you want to describe this card, right? It's like, you know how when you lie in your bed, I don't know if anybody's ever done this, right? You lie in your bed and you hang your head over the edge of the bed so that all the blood rushes to your head, or if you're upside down or something, you know, all the blood rushes to your head. And especially when you look, you know, when you open your eyes, when you're doing that in your bed, right, and you kind of put your head back, right, and you see the world upside down. It's what we perceive as reality in that moment is our reality. But we know that isn't what everybody else sees because if they're the right way up. Okay? And that's what it feels like, right? So it's like, it could feel like this week, you know, the world is upside down, the world is turning upside down. It's like what we knew and what we have known for so long is dismantling. And it's in a global scale, and it's in a personal scale, and it's in a community scale. The things that we have known, the things that we have been comfortable with, what has always been the status quo is changing. And we've got a choice. It's like we can look at things from a different perspective. We can find that the Ten of Cups here is Mars in Pisces. Now Mars is playing a huge role right now in Aquarius, causing, stirring things up, stirring things. Mars is a god of war. Okay, Mars is conflict. Mars is just fire, energy. It's like it's fast, it's quick, it's like, right, let's just pull everything down. But Mars very much relates to the Tower in the tarot as well, and for that the dismantling is necessary, because it's like when you think of a building, right, you can say a tower if you want, but when you think of a building that is beyond repair, it becomes dangerous. And that's what this is feeling like. It's like there is metaphorical business buildings that are needing deconstructed. They're needing like disposed of in order to clear the ground, in order to clear the way for whatever new thing is coming. Okay, and it's messy. You think of the rubble, you think of the destruction, and it's like, but ultimately, by the time Mars goes into Pisces in a few months' time, there'll be an ending of a cycle. Oh, well, and it'll be an emotional cycle because we've got cups here. But this week as well, we're getting back to this week, I'm getting too far ahead of myself, but this week, what feels incredibly difficult emotionally, we're going to get emotionally challenged this week. It may have already started. Certainly I've had experiences personally. I've had friends reach out to me saying, like, oh, this situation's happened, blah blah blah, but it's all in the pursuit of growth. Okay, and then ultimately, what happens? We have healing. We bring about a healing in the star. Right? The star brings this equilibrium to everything that's going on this week. Suddenly things will make sense that may not have made sense, that may have been confusing up until a certain point, and you're starting to think to yourself, all right, okay, so I had to look at things from a different perspective in order to have an emotional completion, so that healing can take place and I can then move on. Yeah, and however the circumstances show for you, it could be a job, it could be your own business, it could be friendships, it could be relationships, it could be things that you thought were always going to be okay, but all of a sudden it's like, no, they're not. They're not okay. They are all of a sudden like something that's really became problematic, and you're being asked a question this week. You're being asked, it's a new month. It's the transition month. March is the transition month between Pisces season and Aries season. So we're coming to the end of the astrological year, and we're beginning the new astrological year. Okay, now this is really important. This is a really vital time in the year. A lot of people will say there's many different points in the calendar year that beliefs, ideas think is the true new year. For me, I always feel like the astrological new year is the truest of years. the truest day starts. So it's like March is that transition month, and there will be a lot of transitions. The Mercury retrograde is playing its part to mess things up or to clarify things. It's like an opportunity to redo things. Think of all the words that begin with RE, so it's like resolve, reverse, reevaluate, revelations. That's a big one that often comes up during a Mercury retrograde. It's like things are revealed to us. People's intentions are revealed to us. People's true selves are revealed to us. And with being emotional, it can be like the fact that it's things that we care about. It's things that we love. It's people that we love. Sometimes it can be like literally people just show their true colours, and it's really difficult. Because there's nothing harder in this world than to feel like you have got somebody who is a friend and all of a sudden you realise they're not actually your friend. It's horrible. So however this week shows up, however the energy shows up this week, trust yourself, okay? Now we're going to grab a card for the Grief Journey Oracle. Let's just see what we've got in store, what the Oracle is saying. Okay, let's see this one. I think we get this last week. So we've got siblings again. Feels like last week or the week before. Sisterhood, brotherhood, however that feels, anything in between. Find the people who you truly love. Find the people who you can truly trust. And it does not have to be chosen family. It doesn't have to be real family, like blood relations. It can be chosen family. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself to see that the direction that you are going is what's true for you. Okay? And as much as you want everybody to be happy for you, sometimes there's a bit of rivalry. We've all heard about that. Maybe some have experienced it. The kind of sibling rivalry, but that can be out with family. That can be people in our lives where there's a sense of somebody tries to make it about rivalry. No, you're not in competition with anybody else. It's not a competition, and if somebody thinks that, then that's their issue, not yours. Don't know why I'm whispering, but you know what I mean. So that is your lot this week, my loves. What have I got going on this week? I have got more prep and more things to do for the Oracle Spellium. I will leave ticket details below. Thank you so much to everybody who's purchased, who is coming along either in person or online. I am so excited. I'm stressed out my box totally, but I am really excited to see as it draws closer, everything coming together. I hope. Again, thank you for all the orders for the Grief Journey Oracle as well. It's astounding that there's so much love out there in the world for it. It's thrilling to me and Terry. So thank you. Also check out Terry's website. She has got some beautiful new pieces on her website. She has got the most incredible unique painted little wooden jewellery boxes. They are absolutely stunning, and I might have to treat myself at some point to get one, because I like pretty things. So yeah, so I hope you all have a lovely week. Stay strong, stay connected. I'm always available for readings, etc. Just reach out to me. I'll leave the details in the description box below. Okay, my loves. Right, take care. Lots of love. Bye.